It's morphin' time! Mastodon!
It caught on in a flash.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash.
I'm Luke Summerhaze.
I'm James J. Miles.
I am Andrew Rice.
And I'm James the Jester Stewart.
And you're listening to Monster Mash.
And on this week's episode, we're hunting the Gammoth.
The Glammoth.
Found in the most frigid regions of the world, Gammoths are behemoths with massive tusks. Though they are herbivores, when provoked, they will leverage their enormous weight and trunks to crush the threat. They can also shatter the snow covering their legs to damage nearby foes.
Can they do that?
Yeah, that's how I almost died, like, at the very start of the hunt.
I think he's.
Yeah, same.
I think that's how he's all died on that first attempt.
No, in the end, I got charged, but
Yeah, you
I
kinda
certainly took a lot of damage.
Charged me.
Well,
as
I just
well,
turned the camera around and I just saw you get like stomped.
Yeah, he just sends ice in like every direction around him,
Like
clobbers you.
afterwards. I thought you were already dead by then.
Surprised.
Interesting that they use the word behemoth. I'll come to that later.
Ooh. Obviously, and quite plainly, he is based on the woolly mammoth.
She.
Is
Yeah,
it
it's a
confirmed?
she. It's confirmed
All
this season.
Gammoths are she
Yeah,
are she's.
It's confirmed, yeah.
All the ones in the game, yeah.
Oh, what are the male Gammoths?
The
There's
popo.
other. The popo, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So that's what I assume. Like, it's the only thing that's close enough and mammoth like the Gammoth.
Surely not.
I'm
No,
not so
I'm
sure.
not buying that.
No, I think that is definitely something just made up and stuck to a
What?
while
It makes
ago.
fucking perfect sense. It's name what other creature that's in the Arctic Ridge that looks like a
Well, it's
mammoth.
just-
Not in the Arctic Ridge.
just other
Maybe it's
Gammoths
just
that
a
we haven't
stay-at-home
seen yet.
dad.
Right, cool. But they're all female in the game. That's a neat touch. But yeah, so based on the woolly mammoth, but the Gammoth itself in the game has like armour and shit on its head, which I think is quite a cool.
Yeah, it's like
Its tusks.
like the tusks have grown to like a big shield right over its face,
Yeah,
very
like
cool
helmet
look.
sorts, which is very very smart.
and the fur, the wool of the woolly mammoth is sort of red and blue and very cool, sort of patterned.
And it's got like the
But-
coarse kind of legs.
But then obviously, rather than being the size of a woolly mammoth, it's the size of like the Oliphants from Lord of the Rings. It's huge.
Still only counts as one.
I think it must be the biggest like mammal monster in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, like not counting like your elder dragons and shit. You're probably right there.
But yeah, but none of that.
Count towards that, or
Don't
I think it's bigger than the Duramboros.
The Duram, yeah.
I think they're pretty similar, aren't they?
they're quite big. Like thingies like gets called the mountains, so. The Duram.
Especially like Russ Duram, he's fucking huge.
I've not fought that one to be fair, but I think if not kind of comparable size at the very least. So she's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
she's definitely a big girl to say the least. Quite interestingly as well that its trunk isn't just like a trunk like a normal elephant or a mammoth's trunk. It's actually covered with like spikes and
Yeah, tiny little tusks coming out of that.
Fangs, like in some of the descriptions. So
really.
I'd say fangs. You know, so it's kind of like its teeth
Mm.
on the inside of its trunk.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Makes it a weapon as well, I suppose, as well to slam that down on somebody.
Mhm. Well, it does a lot of like trunk attacks as well. Anyway, like if you get close, like to its face.
Yeah, it's got like a grab attack where it picks you up with the trunk and slams you into the floor.
I think that's its pin, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it pins you, that's how it does it.
I don't think I've ever been pinned by a Gammoth before.
When I was hunting them to get the armour for the photo I took, I let it pin me a couple of times to see what it would do.
What's the armor like?
It's like a nice little, big fluffy Eskimo suit. It's quite cute.
Oh,
It reminds me of Bay herself. May.
Or it's like got big shoulder pads, like based on the crest and the tusks.
oh yeah, I see that there. That's very cool. That's very cool. And the female
I
one's
always been
got, like,
meaning to
this-
get that, but I went to get the low rank version, but then I think the skills weren't very good, so I just went against it.
Did we just let Luke get away with the Mayor's Bay joke, by the way?
Did you really make one?
I did.
Fuck
Did not
off.
even hear that.
Listen to how happy he is about it as well. What a cunt.
Literally never played a round of Overwatch in my life.
But yeah, on the trunk as well, it does use it for other attacks rather than just slamming. It will like try and suck you in with a big vortex, and I think it is its trunk. Is that how it does like the snow blast?
I assume so. Yeah, it blows air and sucks air with the trunk and
Yeah.
launches stuff about.
It's very cool.
That's probably how it would put the snow claws like on its legs to get the armour. I'm assuming
Yeah, it
that's
sucks
how
them,
it's
sucks them up with its trunk and
trunks.
spray it back on.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So yeah, that's another move it has. It sort of gives itself snowy shin pads,
And
which make it a bit harder to damage the feet.
a tail protection as well.
Yep,
It'd be very difficult to blow air onto that, surely.
he's got a long old trunk and a long old tail, I guess.
It says that it's on the wiki that it's particularly hostile towards Tigrex because Tigrex is a natural predator of young Gammoth, and Gammoth grows older. Its fear of Tigrex is replaced by rage and aggression. Is this more fanfic?
I don't know. I read that as well. I've seen it all over the internet, but I haven't seen it come up in game.
Like, does it not? Does it fights a Tigrex in the intro? Or am I getting
It does,
that
yeah.
totally wrong? Yeah, it does. So I can buy that.
And
And the
they're both like the Arctic Ridge is Tigrex's like background as well. So
Yeah, yeah. But
I can believe that comes up in the dialogue somewhere.
could be.
If we bother to do our research, we do.
So on its actual name itself, there's actually a little blog done by the localization director of Generations, and he talks about how when they were trying to name the Gammoth, they wanted to try and capture that it's an indomitable force of the mountain in its actual
Mhm.
name itself. So they've taken the original Japanese name, which was Gamuto,
Yep.
which is that's derived from the Hindu deity Ganesha.
Yep, with the elephant head,
Yep.
obviously.
And the genus name for mastodon, which is mammoth. So that's how it was named Gamuto in Japanese, and they just took that and replaced mammoth with mammoth itself to give it, in his words, an even more colossal feel.
Yes.
So I think it's good, but
Mhm.
I would still prefer to be called Glammoth. Just
Yeah, so should we explain that for our loyal fans at home?
so. It's what I actually thought the monster was called for quite a while.
For probably like the first month once that Generations was out, if not
Yeah,
more.
I kept going, do you want to hunt a Glammoth? And they're like, it's Gammoth, Jay.
to be honest, I don't know how I never corrected you like sooner. Like I
Yeah, it
assumed
was
that
us.
you were just saying it properly. Like even though you're saying Glammoth and I'm just hearing Gammoth like every time.
Yeah.
And then that one
But
time,
I-
like, I hear you say Glammoth and I'm like, that's not his name.
And
I do like to imagine like a variant of the Gammoth with like long flowing glamrock hair and like diamonds studded into its like front.
Yep.
Goes around
like wearing
belting out
Zubaz.
some
And
tunes.
ruby or a sapphire in the middle of its crest.
Yeah.
Zubaz on its little feet. All tie-dye in 80s. Tie-dye's even 80s, what am I talking about?
Did you say
Yeah.
No, be like-
Zubats on its feet?
Zubaz, they're like...
Zubaz.
yeah.
And he's off creating his
How
own
is that
version of
glam?
ukulele there.
Zubaz with a Z. Look them up. Pop,
Or just sequined boots and glittery rhinestones.
pop some Zubaz in the show notes there, Luke, if you don't know what they are. But,
I will endeavour to do that.
but yes.
But to do the paleontologist Luke thing for a second, see the Gammoth. Fucking hell, I'm doing it now. The Gammoth's name is based on mammoth.
Yeah.
But no one's actually quite sure where the word mammoth comes from. It just sort of turned up in talking about mammoths. But
What?
before, yeah.
Like someone
How
with
come
a
the word
speech
just
impediment
turned
tried to
up?
say, "Oh, that thing's mammoth,"
Well, like-
and it came out, "Oh, that's mammoth." Mammoth.
Well, surely then, if the genus name for mastodon is mammoth, that's where that came from.
Mastodon was discovered much more recently than the mammoth.
Is
But yeah, they
Fucked
gave it the name Mammothus, and like no one was quite sure where they got that from. But one of the theories is that it comes from the Arabic version of behemoth, which is Mehamut, and the behemoth is the big monster from the Bible, and behemoth is what they describe it as at the start in the description.
Oh, there we go.
And before paleontology was a thing, whenever mammoth like skeletons were discovered or dinosaur skeletons, A lot of people would call them behemoths. So, little gag for all the massive dinosaur nerds out there.
See, all I can think of is behemoths from Final Fantasy now, and
Which probably are based on same thing.
not really. They're kind of like big, massive lion monsters.
Well, that's what they
Yeah,
call
but the
monsters in
yeah,
that
but,
PC
like-
game, don't they? The Dauntless. They call them behemoths.
But yeah, cool thing about hunting the Gammoth is like, not that long ago, our ancestors were actually doing this.
Yeah, well, not genuinely hunting gammoths, obviously.
But no, but like mammoths are
Well,
pretty
beasts
fucking
like
big.
that are very,
Yeah, yeah.
very similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and like they actually coexisted with humans. Like the mammoth was still alive when the pyramids of Giza were being built.
Really?
Yep, a couple of isolated islands.
How do you suppose they hunted them back in the day? Was it just with like spears into like their flanks and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think they would like channel them down, sort of, in a ravine or something, then get them from the sides. Just stab fuck out of them.
I suppose that's
Rope
maybe
them
why.
up.
I suppose that's why the snow encased on its feet makes a bit of sense, because little hunters are to try and get at its feet, or
Hmm
Mhm.
maybe that's, try how you protect that. But then aerial style fucked everything up for the Gammoth, didn't it? You just get up to its meaty body.
I actually think that the Gammoth fight would be way more interesting if you didn't have if aerial style never existed.
Yeah, I've tried to do it with Adept style the last couple of days, and I much prefer doing it with aerial. Because
Because you need
barely
to,
has to
time
move
your
and he's stomping
movements
on you,
when,
so-
you're kind of attacking it, and you'll go to do it in segments where you're kind of attacking, going in for the attack and then backing off. Because I feel it has more. The Gammoth has more attacks when you're got at a distance from it, but when you're in aerial style, there's just no need to be far away from it.
I fought it in striker style for the hunts we did in this
Mhm.
cast, and that was a lot of fun because you had to, be aware of your spacing as you put it there. And but then again, there were 3 other hunters zipping about like flies, so that wasn't really as much of a challenge as it.
yeah, I was in Adept style. When we were fighting the big one, it was so difficult to get a read on what he was doing because you can only see his feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
a bit tricky.
It's one of the few fights where actually hitting the target cam probably is at your detriment.
Mm.
Because it'll lock into the actual body and the camera will tilt up on it. So yes.
So I said the big one just there.
Segway.
There's also in Monster Hunter Generations a tiny little Gammoth like the size of a horse.
I mean, it's only in Monster Hunter Generations in general, so
Oh, Andy.
that's not special, mate. That's not special.
Oh.
It's just funny it comes so soon after us talking about the Uragam. And,
Yeah, and Jazz saying how he misses hunts with small monsters.
yeah. That was a lot of fun. Just
It was hilarious.
hear me giggling with glee in the
As it runs away.
As it runs away.
It's so angry, the little stomp. It's it picks up a fair pace, but it still seems like it
Well-
takes a long time to get out of the zone.
What did you think about that running away animation, Luke?
Yeah, I may have missed that. Thanks.
Weird.
Get fucking good at the game, or just move your health bar. Now we did kind of allude to this earlier on as well. There is a deviant for this in cross, much like I think all the Fated 4 have them. But
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
again,
Glammoth already had one, but
oh yeah, so it did had Hellblade, didn't it? Yeah, we've not fought that yet.
yeah, the other 3
No,
have
we
got
have
them
fought the
cross.
Hellblade.
Yeah, fought the Hellblade.
Did we?
We've done it a little.
Yeah, definitely.
We had that Sunday a few weeks back where we just fought loads of deviants.
You're
So
going to
dead,
get ready to
yeah.
fight more of it because I'm after the Hellblade Insect Glaive, so upgraded it.
Yay.
Hooray!
You'll love it.
And I'm sure.
But
we'll
yeah,
have
we
the,
haven't obviously played any cross yet, so we can't talk about the deviant too much.
But once again, hashtag cross for the West.
Hashtag cross for the Switch. Hashtag cross for Luke.
Fuck's sake.
Capcom will be like, "What the fuck's this game? Cross." Got a game called Monster Hunter Double Cross.
That is correct. It is double cross.
It is double cross, yeah.
Because Capcom definitely listened to this.
That still only counts as one.
But Jas, I remember a few weeks back, you brought up that the 4 generations of Monster Hunter games each represents a season.
I did, yeah.
and we thought that maybe the 4 monsters represent the 4 Fated 4 each represent one of those seasons. I think it's fairly obvious which one the Gammoth is.
Summer.
Summer.
We also discussed how it was kind of like a region of the world, so it'd be the north for the Gammoth,
Yeah.
as we said there. So, yes.
But I think that pretty much covers the big heffalump.
It does indeed. So next week, to coin a phrase from Y2J, Chris Jericho, we'll be welcoming you to the Pod of Thunder and Rock and Roll, as we hunt the Thunder Wyvern, the Ast.
But yeah, please give us a rating and review on iTunes, whatever you listen to this through. Tell a friend. And you can tweet at AndyMan949.
I mean, the most logical one would be those boots, surely.
Always on the
Like, I
ball.
mean,
Please tweet at AndyMan949 a picture of you wearing Zubaz, or alternatively, Zubats.
please Zubats. Please Zubats.
And other than that, thank you for listening!
See ya!
Oh, fuck off, Roar.
Sit down, you big elephant cunt.
Pepsi Max.
Oh, I don't like Pepsi Max.
Really?
Feels like I'm not drinking anything when I drink it.
What?
Like, I've finished drinking it and I don't feel any more, like, quenched or refreshed than I did before I drank it.
Well, that is weird. Because I find like normal Pepsi's
can't
got
have-
like a weird sort of sugariness that I just don't like. And it's the same sort of
It
thing
is,
with Coke.
it is just a can of sugar,
Yeah,
to be
obviously.
fair, so that is accurate, at least.
Same with Coke, I can't drink a normal can of Coke.
Fentimans is better than any of them, obviously.
No, Fentimans is the most overrated thing.
It's delish,
I
mate.
don't know if it's just that I've heard Sean Bell going on about it too much, but I drank it and I was just like, what the fuck's this about? This is shit, man.
Oh,
That was quick.
Better.
I mean, it's not like it's a monster you miss very often.
I can go almost anywhere to feel like I...
Next track.
How can you skip over Hercules, man?
Quite easily.
You're not a Hercules fan?
I was really afraid of it as a child because of the Hydra. Didn't like
Really?
it. Yeah.
Aww.
But when he gets eaten,
Yeah.
I don't real thing for
Wait.
people getting eaten in films.
Is this
Like-
Disney Hercules or Kevin Sorbo's Hercules?
Disney.
Disney Hercules.
Because he does get eaten by the Hydra in the Kevin Sorbo one
I
as well.
don't think that's an uncommon point of how to kill a Hydra, really. Like,
And
Kevin Sorbo.
'cause I'm just thinking now, like when Will Smith gets eaten by the big alien in Men in Black, I was really afraid of that as well.
you're scared of being eaten in general.
I think
Is
that's
that why you've
the-
grown up to have a vor fetish?
Gullible hunter. Gammoths are so cute and cuddly. At least I thought so till I tried to hug one. It attacked me, and now I can't even move my arms. I just wanted some woolly loving. Oh wait, is that down there? Yes! Look at him.
Skin 3.
He's look at him!
He still makes the ground shake and
He's,
stuff.
yeah, he's great!
Oh, look at the size of the fucking snowball!
Should we lure him to the ledge?
I'm on the ledge of Gamma.
Can we actually mount it? Like, do we know if it's actually possible?
Yes, you can fucking mount him.
Very good. I'm on the ledge with you.
All I can see is my fucking knickers. I just got a ridiculous crop close up.
brakes on this or anything.
Oh shit!
Hey! What a fucking dickhead!
Oh,
The armour as well.
yeah, Jay's not gonna like me when I say why that happened.
Look, just fucking move it!
I don't like having my health bar on the screen.
Fuck's sake.
Just in the way of, just in the way of visuals, man.
Oh, look at her run!
Fucking. You're missing this ending, bro. I'm so glad
hey Andy, how much health do you have? I can tell just by slightly moving
weird,
my
isn't
eyes
it?
above
Yeah,
the
like,
monster.
Yeah,
it's quite
it's
good.
like I just know.
Summer hat of Luke Summer Hayes.